Hey everyone, it's Amy, the Skin and Lash Lady, licensed esthetician, and I need some tea in me. Today I'm going to demonstrate on the microcurrent in your brochure, movement number 3 and 4. My brochure is falling apart. Movement number 3 is this area here, and movement number 4 is my favorite movement. I'm going to show you why. First of all, I need to take off my jewelry. Take off your jewelry, necklaces or earrings when you're doing your microcurrent. You're not going to get electrocuted, but we don't want the metal of any objects interfering with your microcurrent facial. So today I have here, I'm actually going to use on my lift and my tone, my Victoria Dan peptides. I know they're backwards in the camera. I apologize for that. I'm going to use my Moisture Glide as my conductive gel. And today we have the Sapphire Mini. So I've already cleansed my skin, and when I cleanse my skin, I also do some facial massage, but I'm actually going to show you a little bit of lymphatic drainage that you can do with your Mini. First thing, let's put on my Pepti-Tone. As you know, Pepti-Tone is a peptide to help relax wrinkles and actually help to boost collagen as well. Pepti-Lift is a modulator, and that helps to tell the muscle to lift, also build collagen and elastin and all the good stuff. So 3 or 4 drops on clean skin is all you need, and you can actually put this stuff right up to your eyes. I'm going to use, I have a little ramekin here that you can get from the dollar store, and I'm going to put in 2 pumps is enough of my Moisture Glide. This product is available on my website. It's about $68 for, how much is this? 8 ounces. It lasts a really long time. I always tell clients, if this can last me a whole year. Ooh, little is better. Less is more. I need some water. Do I have water? I always keep a spray bottle of water around because I like to thin out my conductive gels. And the Moisture Glide is made up of a lot of hyaluronic acid serum. It's like hyaluronic acid serum in a gel form. And we know that it needs water to really work well. And with microcurrent, wetter is better. Water, plain old tap water, has minerals in it. Minerals help the conductive properties with the microcurrent. I'm going to plug my microcurrent in. I'm actually going to plug it in. I can't talk today. Right on the side here on my computer. There it goes. So how easy is that, right? I tend to do mine in front of that computer a lot. But before I do anything, I want to do a little lymphatic drainage. Right along here, we have a lymph node. So I'm just going to put on some gel because I need some glide. And I tend to use my Mini more for lymphatic drainage. And I'm just going to run the Mini just like this. And that's just going to help move out any fluid that could be hanging out in there. I'm not worried about the beeps, and I'm just going right along the bottom of my jawline. Doesn't have to be slow. That's just going to help with any drainage that I need. Because if we're holding fluid in our face, that doesn't help the microcurrent. So, and it does not. 5 movements is fine. So now, here's how to move. Let me get my chart again. So after you do movement 1 and 2, which is a video on that, I will somehow get it magically here in YouTube. Movement number 3 in the booklet. You can see it starts from the jawline, and we're pushing right up under the cheek. So the movement's like this. That's the buccinator muscle, and these muscles go this way. So I'm just going to put on my conductive gel, and it's slow and hold, remember. So I put my unit right on the jaw, and I push up. And I do put a little bit of pressure because I'm fleshy. I'm going to hold until my 2 beeps. There you go. Do it again. And slow and hold. So you're kind of cutting in right where your upper teeth are. And as you can see, I'm always moving up. And we do it again and hold. I have so many broken capillaries over the top of my lip. I'm just noticing them. I got to take care of that. Okay, move it over, and I'm pushing up right into here. Again, pushing up. But you see how both of the probes are even on my skin. I'm going to do it again. Hear the beep and hold again. See, make sure like the plastic casing is not touching the skin, nothing else is touching the skin, and one more time. Wait for the beep and hold. So I break down the area into 1, 2, 3 sections. Wait for the double beep. I do it one more time. Here it goes. Up. I'm about at the middle of my ear, right at like where the jaw meets. And I do it again. Now people think, should I do more movements? I tell everybody, we don't want to exhaust the muscle. So each movement 3 times is plenty. And that's it. That's all we need to do on that side. Now we're going to work on all of this area. This is the area, there's all these little muscles that if we could start pulling it up, starts to decrease this fold. A lot of people think this is a wrinkle. This is not a wrinkle. This is a fold of skin because our fat pad and our muscle starts to relax when we get older and it pushes down. So this is a really great move. It works a lot of muscles, and the slower you do the movement, the better. Let me put some on my chin right here. And I put right in the center here. I start and I just go right along the jaw. Once again, being really mindful to keep that unit even right to the bottom of my earlobe, and I hold. I can't talk today. Do it again. Now, if I go super slow, because I have a lot of skin, and it's going to beep in the middle, that's okay. See, it already beeped, but I'm not finished. So I'm just going to hold it here till it beeps again. It's better to go slower than faster. So if I have to hold it for the second beep, that's fine. And one more time. So many times I tell people, slow down your movement. So even though it beeped in the middle, it's okay. The unit's still working. And I'm just going to hold it again. That's it. Because it's just the way it works. I don't know what's with my mind today. My mind just can't seem to focus. It's all over the place. Now I'm going to move it up. Now I can't do it here because see, it's not going to work there. So I move it over and I'm off the beep, but that's okay. And I'm going to slowly move it once again. And towards my ear. And like I said, this is a slower movement and it's better. Now, people always say to me, I'm off the beep sometimes. Don't worry about it. The unit is always on. So as you can see, I was off the cycle. I'm just going to hold it again. And I'm holding it right at the center of my ear. The unit's always on. The beep is just to let you know that the unit's on and it counts for you. So I'm going to do it again. Here's the beep. I just go. And if you're really fleshy in this area, go slower. Go slower and hold it. And I am pushing a little bit up because I want to push that skin into the center of my ear. And I'm going to hold it until it beeps again. So don't worry if you hold it for 20 seconds. That's totally okay. One more time. Remember, it's 3 times each area. Now, my skin today is really absorbing my conductive gel. So if you start to feel a tug, I'm going to hold it again. Wet the area or apply more. I'm just going to hold it one more round. So if you're somebody that has that very deep line here, you want to hold the movement a little longer and slower. And now I'm going to move it up from right here. In this area, I tend to break it down maybe into 5 sections. And I do put, like I said, a little bit more pressure right here. I'm going to hold for a second round because I have a lot of excess here. So I want to just hold it a little extra. Or as my niece says, "Hey, Amy, you're so extra." I could do it again. And so, and like I said, be really mindful. You see how that unit is perpendicular and both probes are even on the skin. I'm just going to hold it again. And that's really important because one probe is a negative and one's a positive. It's really important to hold in that area. I'm going to go up again here. I'm going to show you something in a minute. Hold on, let me do this part. It's really important for those of us, I'll show you. Let me get this done. And do it Again. I feel a little tingling today on this, which usually doesn't happen. I'm just going to hold it a little bit more. So right in here, a lot of times I see clients that have a piece of flesh, like I call it a piece of flesh, and it's pulling down and making their under-eye area have more of a depression, because this muscle here could have some tension in it. So if you know that you have an area, this area here, and it's not pulling up, we want to help release it a little bit. And I just take my fingers a little and I put some pressure, just like this, like a little facial massage. Now, if you press hard on it and it hurts, it usually is a little tension, and we want to release that tension. So I tend to just do a little bit more release in this area. Little massage can help that along. And what I'm going to do now is when I hold in here, I'm going super slow, a little super slow, because I want this area to move. So the slower the better. I'm trying not to get my under eye area, but I'm catching it, and I'm going to hold it. I'm going to show you something else after this goes. So if you have this hair where it's really pulling down, a lot of times I'll take my unit and I'm just going to hold it as if like I'm like pulling it apart. You can even put your finger there and brace it. And I'm going to hold for a few seconds until I'm going to hold to the double beep. And that can start helping to get this area to lift a little. Sometimes I'll even go like right there, just to lift it a little bit. I'm just going to hold it. So if you find that this area here is too down and we want to plump this back up, we're going to go in here like this. And remember, both probes are even on my skin. And I'm just going like that, and I'm holding it. And there are many muscles in the face. And even though the basic routine gets a lot of them, sometimes we just have to go in and start working on this area. So if you find that you're doing your whole face and you have this area right here and it's being stubborn, go in and do a little bit of release and just work on that area. And you can just do that for the days you're not doing your full. You could do that every day for like a week, just to get that little area to start moving. But let's just finish the rest of the face here. Put on some more conductive gel, because I didn't do the whole movement. And I'm going back around, and I'm holding. Please remember, when doing your microcurrent, it's super important to make sure that you're properly hydrated before and after. The more water that's in your body, the better you'll have with your microcurrent. I have clients sometimes that I will actually have them drink a bottle of water, and even in the middle of the treatment, they're like, Amy, I have to go potty. And I'm like, okay, fine, go potty. But I don't know if you could see here, it plumped up a little bit. You know, you see how like this side it's more down? We want this side, when we're more youthful look, we want to kind of plump that up. So you can work, like I said, I'll just do the movement again, just right here, and I'm pushing a little bit because I'm trying to release that muscle and get some plumping in that area. I'm going to do the other side just so we can do a review. So once again, it's on the side here, and I'm moving up, and I'm holding for the double beep. One more time, 3 times. Double beep. One more time. One more time. One. Oop, wait for my beep. If you're finding that your beep is taking a little too long to happen, that means you don't have contact. You can have too much gel on your probes, so wipe off your probes, or you may need to dampen your skin some more. So I always keep the spray bottle of water around, regular tap water, because tap water has minerals and helps to conduct electricity. So many times I'll just go and give a little spray so I don't have to use more conductive gel. I know in my earlier videos I was using a lot more conductive gel, and the reason being was because I was used to using my Pro unit being in a professional setting, and you can see my eye has a twitch because it's feeling the power. It's totally safe. And I had to make adjustments. So I always tell everybody, add more water and just keep a spray bottle. It's the easiest thing to do, and it'll reactivate your conductive gel. I think I did that 3 times. We'll do it one more for good measure. I just put a little bit of pressure because I'm fleshy there and I want to push that skin up a bit. But be mindful, like don't go like this. A lot of people get a little lax and they move the unit down and they don't realize that they're pulling their skin down. So you always want to work up. So I'm going to do this whole side now. Oh, start here, start right in the middle. I go slow right along my jawline. And like I said, if you have a fuller face or more jowly, I would just hold, which I'm going to do for 2 beeps. Slow and hold. Just remember, slow and hold. Do that again. And slow and hold. Now I do have a full-length video of the entire face that you can do. It's a follow along. It's not the best quality video. A videographer is not my thing, but you can follow along and you can stop it and restart it when you're new. So this way you can actually see the positioning of actually everything I'm doing. And slow and hold. And I am doing a little bit of pulling up because I wanted that skin to pull up. And please remember, try to go with like the contour of your face. I'm not going straight across. I'm going with the curvature of my face. I know it kind of probably looks like but I'm always going with the curvature of my face. Always going up. My skin's a little dry because I'm feeling drag. We never want to drag it. We always want to make sure that our unit is gliding along the skin evenly. Now this side I'm not going to do that little nose technique because you kind of got it. I'll do it after. But this is movement number 3 and 4. 3 being the bottom area and 4 being the top area. And we'll move it up one more time. And now I'm on the outside of my orbital bone. I'm pulling up. And you can go into your hairline. I have a very low hairline. So I always tell everybody, like, go a little bit into your hairline because there's a lot of muscles up there. And we want to engage all the muscles. I noticed that a lot of people, like they stop short and they're in a rush. But if you break down each of the movements, do movement 1 and 2 on one day and 3 and 4 on the next day and 5 and 6, like, because, you know, some people are just pressed for time and it's okay. But slow and hold is the way to go. Like I said, if you have a lot of skin here to move, you may want to hold it longer. So that's basically here, movement number 3 and 4. You can't make a mistake. Like I said, a few of the tips are make sure that you're well hydrated before and after your microcurrent. If you starting to feel some drag, you know, add some more water. That's why I keep the spray bottle to reactivate your microcurrent gel. Slower is better. Don't forget to take off your jewelry. Go a little bit into your hairline so you can engage a lot of the muscles. Like I said, I have a very low hairline, so I know that my muscles are going beyond my hairline. And that's it. So, questions, list them below. Follow along for more. And like I said, there is an entire video of the whole process and procedure that you can follow along with me. At the beginning, I always tell people when you get your mini, do it for 7 to 10 days. The full protocol that's in the brochure, because what that does, it's kind of getting like boot camp. Then you start reducing it down. You can reduce it to 3 or 4 times a week for the next month and 3 times a week for the next month. And then I basically do my microcurrent about 2 times a week. And sometimes if I have an area that I want to focus on, like I want to start moving this area up, I'll do my little massage, and I may just do this quickly in the morning for just 3 or 4 movements, just to start focusing on that little area. So if you have this area here that it's still sloping down a little bit, you can pick it up by just focusing a little bit right there and get that muscle to start lifting. And it takes time. Be patient. So thank you for watching. It's all about the microcurrent.